We're good. Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, from the Pittsburgh Curling Club, where we have the 5 and Under World Championships and a matchup between Team Pinoul with the Red Rocks and Team Johnson with the Yellow Rocks. Teams have warmed up. Intimidation slides complete. I will be your host for the day, Carson Turner, and to my right, Aaron McManus. Say good morning again, Aaron. Let's make sure your mic is working well here. One more time, give us a good morning. Yeah, just speak close, and I think we'll be good. First rock is on the way from Team Pinoul. Without delay, let's get the... All right, folks, we're back. Aaron had some technical difficulties. To my right, Aaron McManus. Can you hear us, Aaron?
Yeah, I'm back in the game here. To my left, Carson, help me out. Thank you.
There we go. All right. So some rocks have been delivered here in the first end. We got a yellow counter on the tee line and a center red guard. Not a whole lot of commentary from us so far as we try to work out some technical difficulties. I think we're good.
So they're starting the game with hits here. Already trying to clear the house.
Jordan Lexi delivers the rock. Yesterday, ice was pretty fast. Third, fourth games were 15-1 hog to hog for team. Looks maybe a hair slower than that today, but still pretty keen. Aaron will get us some timed rock soon. That one's coming in real nice.
That looks tucked behind.
To the top four. Top four undercover. Pinoul says, let's just come sit right on top of it. Draw's on the way. It's got plenty of room. Sweepers say it's a little hot, but they may need it because it's out in the fresh ice. Coming back nicely.
Really nice. Nicely executed there. If I got the time right, I was at an odd angle. It was 13.6.
That was a 13.6 rock. Yeah, so a little slower than yesterday maybe. First end.
Could be 14, give or take that.
So it's, what, 7 degrees outside. 30 inside. I was joking with the competitors on the way in this morning. They get to go into the ice shed to warm up.
It's true. Actually, it's 21 degrees, Carson.
There you go. It was 7 yesterday. So yellow controls the front of the house. The scoring zone at the moment. If there's a negative for them, it's maybe that guard is not their own rock, but not a big deal.
Looks pretty good. Gonna get past. They wanted to move that yellow back.
Hanging a little wide, they're pushing it in to try to get it down onto that yellow.
It
Hits
jammed.
it a little wider than they wanted, but everything is now jiggled loose and in the open. Mission accomplished with that shot.
Looks like they're calling hit and roll. Crossing the face. They have to cross the face of the rock and roll undercover.
Anthony Lowry delivers the rock. It's got plenty of oomph, sweeping it for line, trying to keep it straight. Just gets to nose.
I think they wanted it to angle in, though. Roll in.
Yeah, probably didn't need to sweep that at all. In hindsight.
And from the peanut gallery.
The primary mission accomplished there. So he just saw that exact same shot.
Mm-hmm.
This one they're trying to push over. Does look like it's on the inside of the rock. He gets the roll.
Really nice roll.
Perfectly undercover. Now,
Yep, take us to the house there.
who is shot?
Yellow?
Yep, I'm with you. I think it's yellow 1. The red is nicely undercover. Looks a little wide, perhaps. Just a little wide, but it's a true peel, which is beneficial.
Looked like ideally they were calling for the Rays run back to get both out.
Yep, one of those. That's the best case scenario, but plan B is not far behind.
What? Something like this? Ouais. Tu peux. Ouais. Un petit peu plus que ça, va taper sur la gauche. Ça comme un petit peu plus que hier, je trouve.
beneficial to speak French.
Here's a smidge of English. I think it was.
Franglish. But we can guess he said, hey, hit that rock and let's roll over.
I like the broom here.
Yeah, so this will be pretty firm. It should be about control or so. Yeah, and with those rotations and with the way the ice is, it'll stay straight. Got the hit, not quite the roll we wanted. Leaves a real flat double.
Yeah, what's the angle there? Is there an angle or is it? Oh,
Yeah, it's honestly,
okay.
if you hit the red rock on the left first, on the inside, it'd be hard not to get them both.
It's normal, right? And then I can overcrow the kind. Yeah, I agree.
They're either.
It's all right. All right, let's do this.
Either can
Normal. Down the.
cross that face.
Yes, to move 2 stones. Yeah.
Or are they going to slash it?
Oh, looking to move 2 stones. Sleeping for line the whole way there, immediately.
I'm sorry, folks at home, for leaving you on the top view, but there's the
There you
shot.
go.
He does indeed remove 2 stones, and that one gets far enough, so yellow now sits 1-2. Nice little double. A nice double that the viewers at home didn't get to see the slide for. My apologies. My apologies.
Nice, smooth, man. Yellow, Johnson, they actually have hammer. We just didn't change that yet.
Technical difficulties, everyone. Pay no attention to the hammer on your screen. Red rock on the way, ostensibly to remove the yellow rock in the back that is currently shot stone. Sweeping the push. They really want to stick around. Maybe a little roll.
And
Mission accomplished. Very nice. That is now shot rock.
so they can hit, stick around for 2.
Yeah, I guess they didn't want to stick around on that one. Well,
It wouldn't have mattered either way, I don't think.
yeah, I guess if you don't stick around, it forces you into forces the opponent into a dead draw, but dead draw to what, full 12. He'll try the hit. The stone is off. Crossing the far hog line, looks pretty good.
All right, 2 yellow, right?
Boom out.
Yep.
Yellow gets there too with hammer. That's what they were looking for. After one, we've got Johnson leading Pinoul 2-0, and Stones in the second end are on their way. Johnson calling for a center guard. It's going to find its way into the rings. And pretty deep. Back 12.
Old behind the tee line game.
The old behind the tee line game. Setting up for a corner guard here. Team Pinoul with hammer wants to keep the middle open. Play to the wings. Nice two corner guard there.
I think he's calling a draw behind, using that front guard there.
I believe he's just trying to put it on the center line. So recall
Initially, yeah, I saw it.
his game plan here would be to clog up the middle and kind of ignore the corner.
I agree. You put it behind the other guard, it would have just hit it out.
Yeah, that goes against the old conventional wisdom of when you have hammer, play to the wings. When you don't have hammer, clog up the middle.
Ideally, score 2 with hammer or steal 1, as the old saying goes.
So the draw path to get under the corner for red is no longer there because of that yellow guard. So they just decide to try to come under the center guard. Sweepers are on it, but it's still a little light. It's going to wind up another center guard. Skips there looking like they were talking about maybe a broom hit a stone, incidentally. Skips looked at each other and said, play on.
And it's always Skip's choice. That's their call. If you burn a rock, past the hog line.
Can't pass the hog line. Skip gets to determine what to do with that rock. Looked like that would have been maybe the last 1 inch of that rock. So no big deal. Play on. This one, the line is
They're
beautiful
going.
coming
It's getting
in.
there.
Will it have
Keep
the
going.
weight?
Come on.
Right to
All
top
right.
4. Right to button. Yellow sitting 1-2 behind center cover. Now, the fact that it is back button and not top button does leave the door slightly open. But Team Pinoul says we're not going for that. Let's just get rid of these guards. Trying for a peel here, but if that red clicks, runs back to the button
Nice.
for a nice little run back there. Great shot.
Yeah, nicely executed. That was his call.
Very well done, very well done. I think primary goal was make sure stuff at the top goes. Secondary, no reason not to run that back. Really nice shot. Yellow still has a draw path. Got the sweepers on it, looking to hold that line. Line looks okay. Now the sweepers are upright, coming in nice.
Two shots, exactly the same, right in a row there. Nice. Back to yellow 1-2.
Yellow 1-2. Similar setup here.
So he could do the run back again or peel. There's still potential for a double if they really hit that.
Just through a very similar
something.
shot. There's maybe a little less room for margin of error on this one. Sweepers are up. Now pushing it. Oh, got a redirection off the yellow up top, and mission accomplished. Everything spills just right for red there.
A little bit of pinball. They got it wide open. They're calling for a hit, I believe.
End result of that is red sitting 1, but open. And so we'll just try to flip sides of the sheet here. Everything was lined up on the left. Now we'll do a little hit and roll over and line everything up on the right. They're calling plenty of room. It looks a little wide. Sweepers are now pushing it. We have contact. Will it stick around? It
Yep.
does.
That was a worrisome. Should they hit the wrong angle, that could have jammed and got theirs out.
So now Johnson sits 1-2. They're both in the back of the house, which is less than ideal, but I don't think you're going to hear any complaints from them right this moment. And now the right side of the sheet is guarded up. So Team Pinoul is going to try to use that side of the sheet and tuck something under there that yellow can't get to. It's got plenty of room. It's not going to get buried, but it does look like it's a good counter. Outcounts the 2 yellows, so red is now shot rock.
Open, calling the hit again. Really need to hit that at an angle to get out, not jam.
Nose would be less than ideal, but either side of nose would be fine. They're tight to the red guard out top. They do click that guard. The yellow redirects off the sheet. End result of that is less guards up top.
Red
But-
still won.
But now red with an opportunity to come in and either guard that shot rock or, as he suggests now, maybe play to the other side of the sheet and split the house. With the thought being there, if your red rock winds up in front of their yellow, it's good for red because red jams all day then.
It's like a guard in the back of the house.
You can guard rocks anywhere on the sheet. That one looks like it may be a little light. The sweepers are on it. As long as it's in the house, I think
They're-
line is okay.
They really got it. They're going.
Yeah.
It won't
Gotta
freeze.
Go.
But they dragged that, what, how many feet? That was good.
Does it out count the yellow on the left side of the sheet? And if so, does it matter?
We got a head shake over here. But the answer's no.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yep, I'm fine with that. Yep, control.
Oh, we heard him just long enough to say he's going to throw control. So control weight hit coming up. The idea being just pop the red rock out the back and then roll the yellow over toward the center, just a hair. Keep everything nice and separated.
They're gonna have to, looks like they need a sweep for line.
Trying to keep it straight. Weight looks like a nice control. And did knock out the back rocks, so kind of no harm, no foul.
I think it was one of those mission accomplished.
Ouais. Un petit peu plus, si on veut rouler à droite. Là. Okay. Juste rouler un petit peu à droite. Après ça, quand ils vont nous lancer, peut-être qu'ils vont setter une chance de double. Non, c'est pas mauvais non plus, là, mais si on la droite, ce serait le best. On va mettre un peu dans une complication.
Rocks on the way.
Vice was calling it wide.
Really trying to push that rock.
Yep.
Did catch a piece of it, got rid of that rock. Now it does matter who's closer out here.
Oh, c'est correct. Ah, fuck. Classique.
Well, folks,
That's coming from
Live
Schenectady,
stream.
New York.
live stream will get you every time. So I think the idea is to really make sure these are as separated as you can get with some cover under this red rock. The sweepers
go.
are on it. They are worried that it is light.
We gotta push it. Keep going. Wow.
Does the job.
Not under cover necessarily, but really great sweep.
Team game, as they say.
Who says that?
I'm telling you. You have good sweepers on your team. That is the difference between a championship team and non. Really good sweep. They got that into count, putting a little game pressure on Pinoul now.
Okay.
And this is their last rock.
So, nose.
No should get. They'd still get.
No, yeah, nose is tricky enough. I think they probably want a little roll inside.
They need to. We're still unsure about what is second shot right now.
Sweepers were up. Now they're on it, keeping that line. Really grinding that sweep now.
There they got it.
Yellow goes. Red rock rolls in and becomes shot rock. Immediately, everyone holds up a 1 sign, so they must have already known what the outside rocks look like, and it's 1 as we go to the third. Back to the action. Got the first rock of the third end on the way. Sweepers are straight up. Now putting a little broom on it, keep that line.
Going to take it for 3 walks a day?
That is the definition of a center guard.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid statement.
Handle's perpendicular. I would like it lined up on the center line if it could.
You would.
Give him something to practice next time.
I feel like they're thinking it's a little light right off the bat. Yeah, skips out to help. And just gets over.
That is a corner guard, but it's pretty wide.
It could be a distraction for later too, you know.
That's the one that we all say, oh yeah, we'll use that later. The line is great. The sweepers are absolutely crushing this rock. Never off. Full sheet. Now Skip comes in and helps. It just squeaks by. And is it counting down there? Oh boy, I don't think so.
I think it's still in the guard zone. Yeah. On the bigger screen, it does look like it is not a biter.
Ooh. Close.
Bring out the old biter bar.
Now here's another corner. Line looks better on this one.
Oh, good.
That one filters back into the
T-line.
house. Now this is a delicate shot, but if they can roll over to center line, they have got a nice little guard set up here.
Yeah, with that rock above the T line, that roll is ideal.
They're calling him on it. There's the hit, the roll over, sweeping it to get over to center. Still peeking out just a hair.
I feel it's several hairs of peeking out.
Several hairs.
It's a little more.
And that'll entice Team Johnson to go after this rock.
And there's a couple plan Bs there. If they're tight, they can get, move some rocks again.
Yeah, hitting about anything out front there is beneficial for yellow at this point. Plenty of room.
That looks good.
Plenty of room. Coming in nicely. Primary goal accomplished. But yellow peeks out even further. And so now, as Dave Schmel would say, the hit parade is on. Who can be the first to hit a rock and roll to the center line? This one they're pushing in. They think it's wide. It really isn't coming back.
Again, a mission accomplished. Nose hit, not ideal.
And so what are we going to see?
Another float on the hit parade.
Another float on the hit parade. Who can be the first to roll to center line?
I think Lexi's going to do it here.
Jordan Lexi. His rock is off. Oh. So many jokes that could be made there. Sweepers are standing up. He sits
Trying
in
to
that
push.
follow through. He loves it. Hit.
And
just a little roll. Just a little roll.
Well, you think about it. If they just keep doing this, eventually that little roll will be under those two rocks.
Boy, I
many-
think the teams would like to get it in all in one fell swoop.
You would think.
They've seen it 3 times now.
Mm-hmm.
See if Mr. Perrier can be the first. You know, every time you hit it, too, it's getting a little closer and closer, and you're going to run out of room to get behind, right? Rock
Right,
is on
'cause
the
it's
way. They are
stacking.
pushing to try to get under. It looks like it is on the outside of the rock. And they can't get under. Now, though, we've got probably one left.
I think I'd say one left.
The folks are getting their monies full today on the hit parade. Floats just keep coming by. It's float number 4 or 5 here. We lost track.
This is probably, like we said, last attempt to get this roll under. Or last available opportunity.
And it, too, floating a little wide. Nobody able to get under.
All right. So nobody wins that contest. It's calling a draw.
Just check out the other side, he says over here. Enough of that. Hit parade went on by. Now, honestly, if they do put one top 12 here on this side, they've got that whole sheet locked down, basically.
Looks like
Over Curlin's
Yep.
coming over the center line. Not bad at all, but not what they were looking for. A little over curl, a little light.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that hit and
they're
roll
right.
under
They're
is still
trying.
there.
Yep. I thought it was done.
The hit parade continues. They wanted to jump back on.
Looks like he's calling normal on that.
Tighten up that broom. Throw a little more weight. Let's get under this rock.
The suspense is killing me. Come on.
The rock is on the way.
Looks outside again. A little wide, trying to push.
A little wide, and
And
in a weird twist of fate, the way that rock finally gets under and buried is from the opponent's rock ticking it in. Nobody was ever able to hit and roll under. We have an accidental tick.
next time, as Pat McManus would say. They're too fast. We can't. Time we turn it
Making
on.
those decisions quickly.
Yeah. Well,
Well, so the button is open. There's plenty of room to get in there. That yellow guard way up top could prove to be in the path, but not likely. I think you're okay there. Skips rock on the way. The yellow rock out there was a non-factor. Sweeper's going hard for line. They don't want to crash on this pile out front. It's close.
It gets by.
It gets
nice.
by.
There it goes. Buried.
What a shot. Top button buried under a pile. That is a beauty.
So I think the call here is to follow him down.
Boy, the fact that that is top button. Whew. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to have a counter guarded, take a look at that screenshot right there. Everything's lined up down the middle. Very, very, very difficult to get number one shot rock ever to not be number one shot rock in this scenario. If it was earlier in the game, you would be looking at just blowing up all these guards.
Yeah, right now I do see a draw that they can get closer to the pin.
Well, we can see the pin. So officially it's open, but whew, that would be tough to get to.
All right, let's see what Johnson can do.
So it looks like they're trying to get to that pin. If it's a little light and you freeze up to the one on the button, I think that's okay for yellow as well. And they can somehow get that very last little turn to wrench in onto the button.
On that right away. And
Something went wrong there. Got picked right out of his hand. He knew it. That's no good. We don't want to see that. Microphone fell.
yeah, technical difficulties.
So that's a hogged rock.
Because of the pick, I
Because
think
of a pick. That's a
had a lot of potential.
horribly unfortunate time for that to happen.
Yeah, so you can't even see that it's good. You know, it could be a little tiny cat hair or something on there.
Clean your shoes, folks. Clean your shoes.
Clean your rocks.
That too. I didn't look to see if he did. He probably did.
Actually, I think he did. I feel like most people do, except myself.
Well, that really stinks. I mean, that stinks. Through no fault of his own, it's a wasted rock, but a huge opportunity now for Pinoul.
I think he's going to try to get nestled in there. But top 12.
Top 12 would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Settles in right in that guard path.
Yep. We're going to have to come from the other side.
Yeah. Oh. All right.
On his way back. So
Yep, draw. Just cut, get into the 4 foot. Try to
Trust
cut
your
him
weight,
one.
man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pulled that one back.
I
Your
did
weight
a
was
lot.
good.
Yep. And
Weight
then I
was
pulled
good.
it back, exactly.
Yeah, just
Yep.
trust it.
Absolutely.
little team coaching there. Nice.
Yeah, so you heard him say he thinks he pulled that last one back. Nice clean release. Just let it go. Trust yourself. He did on that one. Nice positive release.
A little encouragement from your teammate goes a long way.
Boy, the line's great. They are sweeping this for weight. Just a little short. And now we have a question as to whether that red at the top is biting or not.
I still don't think it is.
Whatever it was, they agreed.
The suspense of waiting for the Vice to put up the score. 2. Red got 2.
Just 2, so it was not biting. We got a good one here.
You don't just practice standing on one foot all the time? No.
3-2.
Yeah, it definitely takes practice to learn how to balance.
Because we didn't practice that before we went on the ice. He's like, okay, take your grip out. To hold it with his hands. Because I have broken my leg.
Yikes.
So I was like, I can't do it. That's not that serious.
So red scores 2 in the last end, therefore throwing up a center guard here to start. And a center guard it is. Slightly off center guard.
Center enough.
So the action on that rock there was what they were looking for in that last end, for it to just curl up right at the end and just go right into that pin.
I really wanted someone to make that hit and roll in the center.
Yeah, the hit parade just kept on chucking.
Let's see what we got here for a parade. Must be thinking it's light and for line there.
Yeah, so maybe Aaron,
I think it is hogged.
you with your stopwatch over there, maybe start getting some times for us.
Oh yeah.
The skips rocks in the last end, and now the first couple of shots of this end appear to be light. So maybe the ice is changing out there. They're on this one. Full sheet sweep. Looks like coming back this direction. Maybe the ice is a little slower. $16.8 on the long time on that. That should be a 2-guard. And it is. There's
With heavy sweeping, you know, they swept that
yeah,
the whole way.
16.8 though, that's pretty good. That's the center guard they wanted.
I pressed the button too quickly. I'm trying. I can't. I
Brad
don't know how to
calls
work
him
a stopwatch.
Brad calls him to go around this pile of center guards, and it too looks to be a little light. Now we've turned into a game of who can adjust their weight.
Yep, coming back in the fourth end. All right, we're going to try this time again, see if I can get enough of a sample size to get it accurate.
Building the wall up top. And we're going to try to get around it. Looks like we have our first candidate.
Right above the tee line. From my angle, I can't tell. Is it undercover?
Yeah, it's at least.
Oh, they're peeling, so it's.
Yep, I was gonna say it's
buried.
at least half buried. It looks to be more than half buried.
That was 14-4.
14-4, and it's top 4. So pretty normal ice.
Yeah, I think nobody really thought about it more than they used to do it. And I think if you tell
Peel on the way. Yellow goes off the sheet. Red knocks back to be a counter. And looky here, we have somewhat of a situation like we had last end. Not quite the fortress from last end, but we're starting to line them up here.
He's calling center. He's calling center guard. Or
That'll do
freeze
it.
on it.
That would do it. That would lock in that top 4 counter. Looks a little bit light, maybe a 1-2 guard, but line is what matters here.
It's kind of cruising there.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
And not a little bit light. Perfect.
Now what does he do?
Well,
He
you
wants
know,
to draw
that's
in
the
there.
call. If
Yep.
it's kind of that one where you all look at each other and you go, all right, here's where we are, and you've got to make it.
Hit the broom and get your weight.
Gotta put this one on the button.
It was an easy call. It was pretty decisive. A little tight.
Yeah, he flipped it in a little bit.
Ah.
And he's just saying, hey, just get right off of it. Let's not put anything
Right.
in this draw path. Let it curl. Let it get over there. Don't tap them in.
Yeah, I think that's what he was trying to avoid there.
Yep.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that's what he was trying to avoid there.
Agreed. Well, now we got something to hit.
He's not worried about covering that up. He's bringing in, what, the freeze to the 4 foot there next to his guy.
Yeah, you know, the shot rock over there, top 4, is the one that really matters. So
That's what he's worried about.
put
'cause
something in that path. Hit and roll on this red might get you shot if you're yellow.
They've really perfected their center guards. No struggle there.
That is a center guard. And that center guard makes this a tougher shot for sure. At least a little bit light. And it's going to take that center guard. Another high precision shot coming. Better release on this one. We'll see what the weight looks like.
They're looking to get under cover again.
Really got to go here for weight, it looks like. No? It's
No,
coming
it's
in.
up.
He's able to put his whole weight up. He can move a crawling stone.
He wanted just a piece of that so that he can get in there.
Yeah, that's when I said weight, I was kind of thinking like it's too light for that hit. But was the called shot there just the draw? Or were they trying
The
to
call
make-
shot was ticking it.
was to take it and
Yeah.
roll in?
He gave, or
Well,
the
makes
weight that
sense,
was
yeah.
thrown, I
So
think
it's-
would have been an easy hit. Maybe not got the red out, but
Either needed to be a little bigger or a little wider.
yeah.
Team Pinoul Looks to just add to the fortress out front, perhaps. Yes. Just further messing up that draw down that side.
He's trying for the. He's calling the hit and roll again,
Yep, it's certainly there.
or questioning.
So if you hit this inside,
Yeah.
closer to the button, too far, it just rolls back and doesn't outcount the shot rock, right? So you got to be closer to nose, but you do want it to roll in some. So I think you gotta. He's gonna try
Where's
to throw it. I was gonna say throw bigger weight at it. He's gonna try to finesse it in.
There's a little. It's coming back.
Got to get this line just right. It does hit. It gets a little roll.
It's not as exposed. It's still there. He's calling the same thing. It's in a better position for them to hit and roll instead.
Tant que ça. Ben oui, ça commence à coller ici. C'est un peu oui, ici, ouais. Forward. Ouais. Si on peut rouler en dedans, summum. Sinon, on roule dehors. Je veux juste pas la laisser trop bien placée pour eux. Débris. Ouais.
Commence à curler, là.
Ouais.
Things were discussed.
I think I heard him say thank you.
Shot is on the way. Just absolutely crushing this rock. Really trying to push it.
She
Now
called it
trying to hold it. Now push it again. Back onto the yellow.
And
Roll
there's
in.
that roll. Little baby roll.
Real pretty little
Nice.
shot there. And
Everyone's
sitting
happy.
1-2 with absolute control over the 4-foot. That's a real pretty shot. Boy, he was crushing that rock. He was
The team was very enthusiastic
he was
after that.
he was
Great.
on that rock. All his body weight on it.
She called it a little wide, so I think that's when they started to get on it right away.
Great team shot. They
I think it worked. I think he did kind of guide it.
Yeah, push that right where they wanted. Really nice.
Takes
You
a lot of-
needed 4 people working together to make that shot. That's awesome. Now, the shot gets even more delicate, but it is absolutely there.
And what are we looking to do?
Little,
Hitting a baby roll again?
yeah, little tick and roll in. Probably gonna be
Oh, it's light.
on the sweepers once more. Ask them to do a lot of work. Sweepers are on this one.
It's passed.
It's passed. They're down looking. They like it.
Yep.
Coming in.
Get a piece.
There's the hit. There's
Oh,
the roll
look at
in.
that.
And that is shot rock with an absolute dart.
That was solid.
Beautiful shot. Can't do it better. Not possible.
Some might say that was a dirty shot.
It's just mean. And he's got top button under an absolute fortress.
So they're talking some.
Non, ça serait pas à ce point-là. Non. On va juste bloquer. N'importe quoi ici, là. Même si ça va pas peur. Non. Pas avec une jaune, en tout cas. On va juste bloquer. Ouais, ou même si c'est garde, c'est pas mauvais, là. Quelque chose comme ici.
So Brad Johnson throws an absolute dart into the top button and leaves Team Pinoul looking at this.
They started this break before we
I saw the broom tap as a center top 12 guard. Is that what they call it, or are they trying to sit in on that there?
It looks like they're trying to get buttons, trying to get wrenched in. No?
No, I think it's.
Just guard it up and take their medicine, huh? That was such a good shot. He just said, look, there's nothing I can do with it.
Yeah. Peace out.
Lizard under a heat lamp.
Hogs that one and leaves it open
Oh,
for yellow
it's
to come
over.
in. Doesn't hog that one. So leaves it open for yellow to come in and do whatever they want. But what's yellow going to do? They can only,
They
they can
You
only
have to
mess
touch-
themselves
yeah.
up, right?
You have to like be on the button to score too.
Has to be like here.
Yes.
I mean, if it, you know, so.
Give me here.
Sure.
I think that's the broom. Right, like
Yep.
it's pretty. It cuts quite pretty hard.
So you hear him say it cuts hard at the end. He's going to try to just throw dead T weight and maybe come in and just rub that yellow and sit edge of button.
Yeah, there is a little bit more room than I thought to draw in there to still get two.
Big shot on the way.
They got to stay on that for line.
It's also time for the coaches to.
Gotta go.
A little tight, a little light.
And
No big deal. He
Yeah.
didn't want to mess with that earlier absolute beauty.
he let the front end save themselves a little energy there for the
That's a
halftime.
big one for Brad Johnson.
Man.
Ties it up, and we've got a fourth end break coming up with a tie score. Excellent game between Pinoul and Johnson. More to
Here we are back from break. Carson is still on his break. Started with the traditional center guard. He wants it in the house. Sweep. They will. And they got it in, yeah. Team Johnson still setting up game. He's not getting into that chase game. Chasing the red, it's not a problem quite yet.
That robots took our jobs.
So yellow's still trying to set the game. On the other end, it gave him, it's given red coverage. They wanted the draw. It's not moving or curling at all. We have Dave Schmel sitting here to my left since Carson is still taking his break. And Schmel knows Carson very well. Partners in crime on their own broadcast.
I don't know if I can quite fill in for Carson, but you know.
Can you help us out there though and switch the
Sure.
view?
It's 3-3, you did it.
Looks pretty good. Looking for the roll and got it.
He's in there, one undercover.
Yep. That was the shot that they tried to make for the last 6 rocks, I think, but on the other side. So that's really clean.
It was nice though because at Chicago I used to work at a private practice 10 minutes up the road. So it's
You
not
see Pinoul there's looking at the blowing it all up.
It's not helping them at all, getting it
No,
out
not
of the way.
helping them at all whatsoever.
they very quickly figured out I didn't know what was going on.
So you got some instruction.
There we go. Throw and peel weight. Sweeping to make sure they get that right, correct angle to get them out of the way. Don't want to just replace them.
Thank you to
There you go.
Mr. Schmel. Taking over in my absence. Had to go freshen up the coffee.
For 20
After
minutes.
that last end.
You needed another boost. Thought that last end would have given you the energy you needed.
We've got ourselves a game here. You know, I was thinking as I was up getting my coffee, you could see in that last one, in that last end, it was tightening down and tightening down. The scoring zone was getting smaller and smaller. And Brad stepped up and just absolutely drills this last shot, and his whole team just lifted up. I think you're going to see better play out of them for the rest of this game. And as I sit down and get back into the game,
Nice guard.
the current situation on the ice looks like it may be proving me right. Yeah, it's been an interesting game. We had the early on hit parade of everyone trying to get under the rock. Then coming back down this end, we had the ultra fine draws one after another.
Because of the wall that was built. They started with the wall here while you were on your break.
And trying another wall.
But on the first try, they got the hit and roll that they needed for the center. I'm paying attention now. Everyone is cleaning their rocks.
After that one terribly
Unfortunate.
terribly timed pick earlier.
Do you mean when you're looking at the...
Johnson looking to guard up shot rock here. Coming down looking nice on the center line. Sweepers want to bring it in just a little because it's heavy. You might as well freeze it. A little bit of an in-betweener, but certainly good news. Good news for Johnson.
Looks like they're calling for a pretty heavy double. Trying to see if that's there.
Yeah, so if you can get over...
Just holding line.
I was going to say, throw
stay.
big weight. You get them both. Trying to hold it. Past the guard? No.
That's the miss. It's all right.
Yeah, for sure. And what do I say on Wednesday Night League when that happens? That's why you put guards there. Right? I mean, everybody, oh, man, you hit the guard. Well, yeah, that's why I put it there. So that it was hard to get around.
He does say that a lot.
And they're going to put it right back.
Yep.
So that's why guards are good.
Guards win a game.
This one on the way, it has tons of room. It is really wide. Trying to come back, it kind of almost lost handle.
Bringing
But
it.
it is really pulling back in.
Okay.
Yeah, so it guards up the left side of that stack, which
So-
they weren't looking at in the first place. They were only ever looking to come at it from the right, so it doesn't affect that.
No.
But it does give them something,
Go to the
something
hit
else to
game.
look at. And
Try again. On it right away, I think, for line.
well, so he did throw it inside.
Yeah.
That guard is 100% going to come into play.
And
And
there you go.
that's why
All
you
right.
throw guards.
Let's see how many times we can prove that theory.
Yeah, man.
All right, they got another chance here.
So a little bit of a misstep there. They wanted to come in and get rid of the ones that were lined up, and instead tick the guard.
And they're going to put it back up again.
Yeah, so now
Replace it.
everybody kind of looks at each other and and look, he's still holding
Yep.
the broom. They're going, look, guys, this one has to be lined up. We
Oh,
don't
they're
want-
laughing.
Yeah, we don't want this one to be wide. We want this one lined up.
It's always fun when it takes, the third teammate finally like, okay, let's try again.
All right, here. Okay, throw this one.
Skip's slamming his broom down. I said here. Yeah.
As if on the previous shot, like nobody was paying attention.
Yeah. Like,
You know,
oh, that's what
this
you wanted.
time- This time we'll throw it there. This one looks pretty similar in that it is
Still wide.
way out there.
It's even lighter, so there must
I mean, they
there
are
must be
coming
something
in.
out there.
Well, and they are coming in. There's a good 4 feet of curl. But that one still hung a little wide. Weight would have been fine.
Weight would have been really nice.
But it gives Pinoul that inside route he's been looking at for 3 shots now.
That guard's a little more out of the way. I don't know that it's gonna.
Ouais. Même ici, c'est pas super, mais ouais, à peu près là. Ouais.
Going again for the hit, blowing both of them up. I'm guessing he's on a mission, wants to get this done.
Rock is on the way, looking for a double with a favorable roll. It's pretty good. Looks right where they want it.
I think
There's the hit. And he got 2 rocks to spill, and wouldn't you know, I think he shot Rock at the end of that. Close. They're looking it over as we speak. And who knows?
Not us.
One of those 2 rocks is closer.
I'm going to say 50-50 chance that yellow is closer.
I'm not sure they know down there.
It does affect your last shot.
Well, they've elected to.
Or his last shot.
They've elected to take the guesswork out of it and just remove it.
Fair enough.
Up weight, normal weight shot coming.
It needs to come back.
Come back, it has. It has overcurled and an unlikely event of getting through that hole.
Those goalposts.
One of those shots that if you asked them to do it, it would be hard to do. So
they're still looking. They don't know.
Turn that one in just a little bit.
Ah, puis. Ouais, c'est juste pour pas que j'accroche les gardes, mais. Mais moi ici. Ça devrait être parfait.
So they're going to come around and just try to get something into the top 8.
So I'm wondering if it is red and they're just drawing for 2 versus hitting if it were yellow.
That's got to be the case. Got to be the case. So, a dead draw for what we assume is 2. On the way. The sweepers are standing straight up. They think it's got plenty of weight. Now they're on it.
Kind of seems. I thought it had plenty of weight.
Not worried about line at all. He's got the whole house to work with.
Yep.
Weight's got to be good. It is. And it is 1 red. And now everybody sits around and looks.
Only the Vice are really allowed to have an opinion, though. And us.
They've decided, and we don't know what they've decided.
So what are you saying? Red? I'm saying red.
It had to be, well,
For the call.
at least Red had to think it was that way for that call to be that way. They must have agreed
And
because
it's coming.
they hang
2 points. All right.
So to the 6th end we go. We've got a great game. 5-3, Pinoul over Johnson. After some clutch shots in the 4th and the 5th, we start out the 6th end with a rock that was meant to be a center guard became a little deep. So Team Johnson will just elect to get rid of it.
Not messing around.
So a rock designed to remove that red is on its way. Maybe it was not designed to remove.
There's a little slip coming out of the hack that may have impacted.
Little slip turns into a tripping hazard. It does turn into a tripping hazard on the back line.
They can use it later.
Can use that later. If you set another rock right up against it, it would probably count.
Oh, 100%.
Technical timeouts are like equipment things or icing or like yeah.
So an early miss by Team Johnson allows Pinoul to get set up near the corners. That one's floating, 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 and winds up providing a double opportunity if they want it.
Doesn't look like they do. It looks like they want to kind of come down to it.
And they take a little more aggressive approach. The freeze.
Freeze is hard, man.
Considerably more difficult, but a better shot in the end if executed. This one looks a little light, so it's over curling out in the front of the play field.
So they sweep it as far as they can. Use it for a raise, maybe, later.
Lines up
Now we have a guard.
two.
They're looking for a 3 guard now. Maybe even a biter.
I mean, and like depending on
Based on where his broom was tapping.
Yeah, so with that yellow guard being out there, there is no longer a real nice draw path from that side.
Yeah.
So he says, well, since we're stacked up over here on the right, let's just guard the right, and what are they going to do? They can't come in on the left.
They don't have hammer. They want to get him in and guard him up. Steal this end. Still early.
This is certainly a guard.
Looking good.
I don't remember.
Pico.
There's your,
Okay.
Someone needed to throw a rock and they were like the
I
rock.
was going to say there's your biter you asked for, but it wound up full top 12. Guarding realistically,
We had to stop arguing.
definitely shot rock and
It was
a little bit of that back one too.
Hack Wake, he wants to run that back.
Yeah, this is a little bit of danger time for Johnson here. Got to start getting rid of stuff because they're getting set up in there. That one's got to come back.
Has to come super back.
If they can skirt this
They
guard,
might
it
be able to
looks
the
pretty
4 foot.
nice. Get
Yeah.
over there.
Nothing.
Just a little wide the whole way. And
It
wind
was
up with a
moving.
flash, and now Team Pinoul says, let's go way out here and lock down the right side altogether.
With that hack weight, I thought it moved a lot, considering how wide out it was.
Yeah, I felt like, you know, it moved what hack weight should move. He wanted a high guard. He's getting a high guard. Will it get over?
They're doing it.
absolutely
They got it.
crushing this
And they're
rock.
it's over.
They got it over.
There we go.
And they got it lined up.
Really nice.
Just perfect.
Really great sweep.
That's about as pretty of a guard as you're going to see.
You throw to your sweepers. Have them help you out.
Johnson comes back and looks to disrupt this line of reds that is now set up. Doesn't care about the first one. He was more concerned about getting to the back.
And it
And
is
he
passed.
does
Wow.
as he just skirts. And now, all of a sudden, Johnson has shot rock on the button.
I think looking at it, he can come right through that port.
It's open. But you know, I always say, right this moment, would you rather have shot rock or not have shot rock? This moment, it's yellow 1. As precarious as it may be.
You got to keep that line.
Here comes what I thought would be a rocket up the middle, but it turned out to be a little lighter. They still just got it past. There's the hit. They won't keep the shooter, but
That tripping hazard came in use. Now it's in scoring.
there you go.
See?
As you see Brad step over said tripping hazard to call his shot.
Once again, that was a good sweep.
Another finesse shot by Team Johnson on the way.
It's curling just as they want.
Boy, it's diving in, and if it gets past that red, it doesn't. And it hangs out.
Yeah. That was hard to tell.
And now we have red 1, yellow 2, red 3, 4,
Yellow 5.
yellow 5.
I'm pretty good at counting.
So the intent is not for yellow to be 2 for long, because here comes a hit. Sweepers are on it. It looks a little tight. They want the inside roll. They've
And they
got
got
the
it.
hit. They've got the inside roll right to back button undercover, and that is a mighty fine shot.
They were very pleased with that, and they should be. That was
Brooms
great.
in the air and absolutely should be that. That's a good shot.
Yeah. It's still anyone's game.
Except also stop giving them things to freeze. Maybe some higher.
On that right away for line.
He has the inside beat on shot rock. If they can get past this high top 12 red, they cannot.
A little more open.
They do move it out of the way, exposing shot rock.
I didn't realize they got 2 left.
Yeah, they won the measure.
It's always somebody with custom shoes.
They were shot.
I could see footprints. It's always somebody with custom shoes that does the high foot. You can always see.
People don't realize that these custom shoes are making actually from the GA surface all the time.
So an interesting call here, Aaron.
Really hard to make it fast, and we've pulled all.
He's electing to come
There's not
outside.
play with.
And are they going to try to clear that yellow guard on the outside or the inside?
Somebody clearly on the hot foot of the shoe.
Yeah, I'm not.
They must be.
She
looking
called
to-
it tight. She
Must
just
be
said it was
looking to
inside.
come inside of the yellow, down the center line. That was a lot of ice, but it looks to be the correct ice. On the center line it is, and wow. Wow.
Weight, line, everything there.
He plugged up the one way that yellow could
Get down
get
there.
to the button. That was a nice shot. Initially, I thought, wow, that's too much ice to get inside the yellow, but with a nice 2 guard out high, just curls in,
Perfect.
winds out. Being perfect.
She did call him a tad tight on that one, but I think the weight and everything worked out great.
Yeah, and bump this. Yeah. 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 I think it will. Well, I just want to get around that guard, and my stone's caught. So no more in than this. Yeah, sure. I'll do that. I like it. If we're wide, I'll just go to the backing.
Oh, voilà, il est beau. Mais il est quand même difficile. C'est comme s'il lançait zéro poignée, là.
So we're throwing a little draw. He said, you heard him say his stones tend to cut. They're worried about it curling. But he's got all kinds of backing, so he's going to throw this just a tad heavy.
So they were already like planning for that plan B, right?
Yep. And it's on its way.
Let's see.
Line is fairly tight.
It should cut.
Coming in real nice.
Trying to push it.
Plenty of weight. It's plenty hot.
There's the
It's
backing.
on the backing. Tick, tick. And rolls in for second shot. And not only is it second shot, but it is darn near not removable.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. It's freeze. Yeah, it's frozen to that back one.
I mean,
We did have a lot
I
of
went
clearance.
back out to like what you wanted,
Yeah.
which was more like 2/3 instead of half.
Okay, so we
I
know
pushed
more.
it. We can
Toi? Ouais, c'est vraiment le meilleur choix, là. Là. Non, faut battre elle. Là. Ouais, c'est ça. Ok, let's do it. On est capable, on lance bien. Faut pas que j'accroche le gaz.
He's ready. He said, "Let's do it."
Faut que je finisse là aussi. Fait que, ici. Ouais, ici.
The decision has been made.
Yeah, growing up, I only knew like one other Sydney, and she was like 3 years behind me.
Their broom a little tighter than Johnson's broom for this call, but it seems like similar call.
Just come in and sit on top of that yellow,
The only other Sydney
which will make the red
life was
now non-removable,
had a friend in kindergarten,
and will be 2 for red. That's the plan.
little Sydney.
Another delicate little draw on the way.
It was not weird to call her little Sydney because I was a teenager and she was a but then I went to college. And
Trying to push it again.
Plenty of room. Does it have the weight?
lived across the hall from me.
They're pulling it in.
Wow.
They are pulling it in. Can they get it? Not inside of the yellow, but that is a pretty nice guard for that shot rock. So they've kind of locked themselves into one maybe here.
Yeah, they're taking away options, making it. This is last shot.
with the scoreboard being the way it is, locking yourself into a steal of 1 is good.
Well, he's trying to get this draw in. No damage done. If he doesn't, it's not.
And then we almost lived together,
I don't think we've played on that side
but we can't do that. 'Cause
for this curl.
like,
I don't remember.
A couple times early,
Yeah.
and then everything moved over to this side. And remember, just a couple of shots ago, it was very similar ice for Pinoul, where I said, boy, that seems wide. And it dove in.
For a really great shot.
Shots on the way.
yeah.
Sweeper's ready to sweep. Just cleaning.
This side of the button is available for points.
Yep.
Here it comes.
Can they push it? Can they get it there?
Line looks good.
Wait, a little short.
Weight is close. Now we jump out. We've got 3 people sweeping to try to bring it in. It does not look like it has enough oomph for a counter.
But held them to
Pinoul
1.
scores 1 and goes up 6-3.
That freeze was essential early on. Held him to that 1 point. There were a lot of reds in the house.
Very, very nice end,
Yeah.
Steal of 1 by Pinoul. He goes up by 3. And now it flips Hammer over to Johnson in an odd end. Things are stacking up against Johnson here. He's gonna have to put some points on the board this end.
I mean, I can't see
He'll certainly be looking for a 2. Might be looking for a big end.
And we're back. Beginning of the 7th end.
Time is getting a little short for Team Johnson. They will look to ignore this rock. No, they will look to hit this rock. They will look to ignore this rock and put up a corner.
It's not the. So that. I can't tell. Back of the 4?
Yep, back 4.
He's calling for the hit.
Yeah, the name of the game for Team Pinoul is no yellows in the house ever. With the scoreboard being the way it is late in the game, my guess is Pinoul plays as clean as they can. Johnson's going to have to get some guards up.
Or does he blow that up now? Get those out.
He
Oh, he's sitting on
elects sit in it. Yeah, you get so
Yeah.
you know blowing it up.
That's
It leaves you wide open. They hit you back, and how do you get your points, right? So he says, let's nestle in here. We got to cause a problem.
I'd rather sit on it.
Yeah, we got to make something happen here.
Literally, you're like,
The miss here is a little big. Bumping him a little wide is not bad. But the perfect shot would be frozen in that pocket.
Yep. Got all three of them.
It's not all about
He's able to use it.
Just short.
Winds up a center guard, which,
It's not the end of the world.
you know, you need guards. You absolutely need guards.
big guys who just like don't.
Unfortunately for Johnson, Pinoul's pretty well set up into a 4-foot scoring zone back there. One thing you could do here
Yes.
is you could have elected to just tick. We're playing the no tick rule this weekend. I
Are we
just
really?
thought of that. Yeah. And my only other thought was you could have ticked that guard open and just try to play a more open game. But we are playing the no tick rule, and I don't know if that yellow rock is touching the center line. If it is, not allowed to tick it off the center line.
But if it's just off the center line, fair game.
Fair game. No tick rule is in effect.
I actually forgot about that. I was meant to ask yesterday. Makes sense.
Team Johnson now looking to pull one in and sit in that pocket that Red created early on in the end.
I think it's going to be tight.
This one's tight and light and acts as another guard. And now Team Pinoul says, well,
Sure.
if Johnson thought that was such a nice shot, we might as well beat him to it.
And use the guards they got up there.
So they too will try to float one into that pocket. That broom's a little wider than what Johnson was calling.
Looking at the other sheets, Carson, you see we have a lot of close games going into the 7th.
People got up and braved we got about 3 inches of snow overnight. Got up and got in here. All the competitors are here. Of course, 3 inches, half of them are from Canada, so 3 inches of snow. They were like, oh, I didn't notice. Didn't notice it snowed last night. But we got maybe 8 or 10 inches on the ground here over the past, 2 weeks?
Really?
Yeah, I had to shovel it all.
Not where I'm from.
My back will tell you. Well, that's true. I live 20 minutes south of the city, and we have straight up like 7 more inches than you do in the city.
Yeah. You get all these tornadoes. I get nothing.
I also live on a ridge top, which they tend to get more snow.
And your 20-minute commute was 55 minutes today, you say?
It was.
Because of the snow.
So little run back there by Johnson's team.
Okay.
And it did poke a yellow one back there, but it's still the 3rd counter.
He doesn't know. He was questioning what to do. He's clogging up the hole. That port. He wants to take away any chance that they could come and get in there.
Yeah, Pinoul is set up to score. The rest of this end, I think, is going to be for him guarding the living snot out of it.
You gotta take away the opportunities.
This one's coming in to guard up the center port. He's probably
Might need a
hoping
tick.
for a little tick at this point.
Yeah.
Because it over curled through the hole. Leaves it open.
They're laughing about it. They're like, yep,
They're like, well,
touchdown, and can't do that if I tried.
so if we look at the overhead, we probably. Well, how about if we look at the correct overhead? That port is not large. So the call is going to be to run this yellow back into that pocket.
You think?
Yep. And the miss is
Getting it out of the way, right?
No, the miss would be flashing it through the hole, and then you just run your shooter right into that pocket.
I thought the original call was through the hole.
I think they were hoping for the slash, but they got a little inside of the rock and pushed it through. Oh, I'm so sorry, folks on the stream. We missed that shot altogether. Second time in this game.
It was great. You really missed
Best
something.
shot of the game.
Send your complaints to Carson.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. So he got on the inside of that rock and pushed it through.
Putting the guard back up. Okay, really nice weight control. Like it.
That's as center line of a guard as can be. Good shots happening all over the ice here at Pittsburgh Curling Club over on sheet A. A double run back that has caused
Some
the
thinking
local
time.
Pittsburgh team to become perplexed.
Reevaluate.
Over here on sheet B, we still have those two red rocks in the 4-foot behind a veritable force field out front with maybe just a crack in the armor on this right side. Pinoul looking to exploit that right side.
It's very strong word choices there. Exploit.
All kinds of good things that can happen on the right side for Pinoul. A guard guards it all up. If you're a little heavy and you run more mass into the 4-foot, that's not a bad thing either. They're just looking for this to be a nice little light rock out front. The sweepers are never touching this rock.
They're ready. If she calls it, they're ready. And it's coming in kind of like you said.
That is a
That's-
guard in the guard path, shuts down the right side, and now Johnson has to come back and look at the left again. Too late in the game to start getting rid of stuff out front. Now it's all about some finesse shots down the button.
That's always a hindsight thing, right? You know, probably should have peeled or cleaned this up 4 rocks ago.
Yeah,
or
you know, when the guards start to become a problem, you go, oh.
How'd
maybe
these get here?
Maybe we should have. But Johnson needed guards.
Yeah.
This whole end. Even if they're the wrong color, guards are guards. And now he needs a shot to the button to hang
go.
around.
Looks
they
tight
are on
again.
it. It looks a little tight. Into the pile it goes.
Now they could do some crazy angle raise there. Maybe sit it in. Seeing what Red's gonna do.
Run back. Ouais. Mais si je finis haut, c'est correct, là. C'est juste. Ouais. Ouais, ça prend au moins ça. Même. Probablement ça. Ça, c'est papier. On va dire,
You can hear some really hard sweep calls.
The skip right next to Pinoul.
Yep.
Absolutely had his sweepers all over that rock. coming through on the mic. Last Red Rock coming up. It's an important one. Looks like he's trying to shut down any port here on the left side that Johnson could use to remove Red Rocks.
And I think they'll take it if it's going in. They're gonna carry it in.
We got two sweepers sweeping hard. Now they're off. Now pushing, trying to get it through the port. It ticks and winds up in the port, and pretty good for red.
The timeout for the last end. We gotta basically go bang bang.
Oh, we got
I mean, it's a
Team
makeable.
Johnson.
It's gotta be perfect. No,
Yep, the ankle raise.
yes. Yeah.
That's the
I want to hit the
uh,
front one first. Does that make sense?
Do you ever just come up through the port with the shooter?
I think it looks easier.
Whatever.
For
Here, you read the line. You gotta hit right
Looks
here.
nice from the top.
Yeah.
You see the spot? Okay. Yep. Okay.
I think they're going for the angle raise.
Normal, just outside that,
They're
right?
not only going for the angle.
Yeah.
They're not going
That's the
for just. They're not going for just the back one. They are going to run this yellow into the top red and then back onto the back red to try to sit two. And put
Let's
some
see.
little pressure on.
Let's go. All right. Waits right.
Shot is away.
Holding it for line. Get the angle.
Comes
Oh.
in. The bump. The kiss. And
That was
cut him down to one.
pretty close. That was nice.
Did not make the shot as he intended, but got rid of one, and
That was necessary. They had to bring him down.
tough shot. Really tough shot. Pinoul goes up. 7-3 going to the last. All right, Aaron McManus, we go to the final end with Pinoul up 4.
Up 4.
Johnson has the hammer. He's going to need it. Going to look to be putting up lots of guards. And my guess is Pinoul will probably be looking to throw through here.
I think. Plus, there's a different side. It looked like he might have said just put it in the house.
That is not through Wade. He elects.
Which would be similar to last strategy. He put him in the house and then kept him in there, guarded.
They just got off of it. Maybe thinking it was always the guard, and it is. Yeah, came in to count, and that's what they want.
Yep.
So last in, when you're up 4, the conventional wisdom is just run the other team out of it. So you don't want anything on the sheet. You want to hit everything.
Math.
Keep it clean, clean, clean. So that rock currently in the top 8 doesn't hurt them, but it's also not ideal. They'd rather just not have a rock on the sheet.
Looks like it's going to be biting. No? No. Nice guard. Can't be knocked out. Safe.
It's a 90-degree angle. I forget what the exact name of the tool is.
It's a triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
And
a term of no tick, it looks like.
yeah, you put it up against the rock, and if it's touching the line,
Yeah.
yeah. That looks pretty solid.
I've not seen for a no tick. I normally.
Second red rock of the last in
Yeah.
has been delivered. Looking up to just guard that center line.
Putting it in the house again. Just
And we have 2 top 8 counters.
he's calling another guard. Looks like a 1 or a 2 guard.
Yep, so this is the most aggressive play. And again, Brad's looking to score 4, so he needs stuff out front to hide behind.
And just
he
rocks in
asked-
play.
He asked for another corner guard out front. Looks like they have to hammer this to get it over. But if they do, it's in a good spot.
There you go. Get in there. Yep.
It is over.
Yep.
And it is a guard.
What'd he call? Coming in?
Just a guard out front. This is, you know, speaking as a guy that's been down at this end looking at this situation, it's a little bit of a tricky time because you're sitting here thinking as the skip that's ahead 4, man, I don't want all these rocks in play. Like, but then you're looking at, I guess we'll guard this. And really, a much better house for red right now would just be nothing. But this is in no way, shape, or form bad for red.
That shot was pretty nice.
Yeah,
Stop that run back.
It cuts down that yellow slash in, which they were kind of setting up over there.
Looked like Johnson called backline weight.
Just got to jiggle them around a little
Yeah.
bit.
Oh, your hand gestures.
I gave the Dave Schmel universal sign for jiggle these rocks around just a little bit. Gonna need some weight in there to do any jiggling.
I don't see a jiggle.
Otherwise, it is just another guard, and rocks are getting few and far between
That was jiggle free.
for Team Johnson. Pinoul looking back at the scoreboard to see how many rocks are left. And
they
he
call
wants a
timeout.
time out. Yeah, so he's thinking, you know, we're in good shape, but I don't like all these rocks around.
Nope. Because the rocks are, they're not out counting. They're not getting rid of the rocks. They're all. Which Johnson's playing that good option.
Ben, t'as mieux de pousser, rentrer. Pas un garde.
Pas de garde.
Pas un garde.
C'est trop haut pour nous.
La pousser. Ben, je vais discuter des prochains coups parce que il a enlevé des regards. C'est toujours une option, mais là, il commence à être tard pour enlever des regards, je trouve. OK.
Je pense qu'on tape.
Le petit tap. J'aime le petit tap. Faut juste faire attention. Si jamais elle finit là, c'est pas la fin du monde. Mais le tap, c'est vraiment le best, là. OK. Ouais.
Nice.
Things have been discussed. The shot has been selected.
Sheet A is our home team. They are up by 3 going into the 8th end.
So it looks like the call was to just bring more mass into the middle, make it more difficult for yellow to score. They're on it, pushing it a little. Now they like it. The line looks fantastic. A tiny kiss.
It needed that kiss. I think it would have won back house.
So it gives a target for yellow to hit and roll under. But Brad looks elsewhere because he needs lots of points. So he's looking for ways to hide rocks, even if it's not the obvious way to,
Yeah.
get shot rock right at the moment. So he elects to get rid of this pair sitting up front. I think it's a good call. I like it. Shot is in. Sweeper is on it early. Looks to be pretty tight. It's hanging down the center. Really needs to go.
Gotta go.
Really needs to go to get in here and hit these reds.
He's doing it. He got it.
Tick 1, tick 2.
Oh. Just
And a little
Just
roll
missed it.
off to the side. And that does not improve the situation for Team Johnson.
this would be the first hit of the end, I think.
Pinoul elects to get rid of this yellow rock. Doesn't really care what the shooter does. Nose would be fine. And nose
It is.
is exactly what they got. And red counts 1, 2, 3, 4 here in the 8th end. And Mr. Johnson is very quickly running out of rocks. This shot has to be made.
But they're in it mentally, They're not giving up.
You throw a bullet down here, and this rock gets rid of 3 reds, and you are still in this
You're
game.
back in.
Consider as a light color.
He has delivered the rock. It looks to be on a better line than the last. It doesn't have the weight to kick everything out, but it will do some rearranging. It does kick out the top red, but it settles into the back 12.
He's going to nose hit this out.
Red still counts 1, 2, 3.
This is a nose hit to continue to break down the rocks.
If this yellow goes away, it could be shakes on sheet B. The rock has been delivered. Of
pushing
course,
it.
you don't know that from the view I left you on at home. We did not get the back yellow. So the game continues.
Yeah. So I'm seeing a stretch, like he's not taking anything out. He's just kind of sitting on it because
He's got to keep
It's
rocks
just gonna go
around,
back and forth,
right?
right?
You got to put them in tricky spots. It can't be something obvious that Pinoul can just come back and knock out.
he's thinking 3 steps ahead.
He's got the right strategy to get back in it. Will they have the execution? Needs a really nice freeze here.
Look.
He calls
Little wide.
a little wide, which he did out it, but honestly, I love the line. Is the weight good? Coming in, looking for a dead freeze. Looks a little light for that.
Yeah, they
Winds
couldn't
up
quite sweep it
top
yet because
12.
it needed to move.
Maybe got outside in the fresh ice and slowed it down a bit.
Right. 8th end, ice changes a little bit.
But that yellow rock is in the house, and that's what needed to happen for Johnson to still have a shot. Pinoul knows this. Doesn't care which one of the yellows goes away. So the shot here will be for the outside back yellow to go. But if he's tight and happens to hit that front yellow, he'll take that as well. If any yellow goes off the sheet right now, it is all but lost for Team Johnson, and it's on its way. It is plenty wide, in danger of flashing altogether. Do they get a
Small
chip?
piece.
They do. And that is
No, they still have 2 more.
a conversation before handshakes.
No, they
They are
still have 2
looking.
more rocks. Or are they shaking?
They're looking. They're looking.
And
There's stuff up here
yeah,
that you could tick on. And why not? Why not try it?
You want to go for it? All right.
Okay, I was gonna say it doesn't really matter because I don't think. I figured we were done after like the first throw, basically.
Yeah. All right, let's do. I'll try to split afterwards because I'm going to try to hit and spill afterwards. I want. Yeah. It's called timeout.
We did. You already did.
Oh, it did call
That's
timeout?
why it came
That's
down.
fine.
I don't know.
I'm fine with that. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's fine.
Looking for a
Again, this is our
timeout.
walking time, I think.
Okay. That's fine. Oh.
Let's go, whatever.
So I think what we need to do, we obviously need to
For the officials for
yeah,
help.
but first I think it's double these.
Officials are not providing said help. So the conversation goes on.
I think there was a question of whether they did or didn't call timeout, and that whole thing.
And looking over to my left at the official scores table, there's all kinds of hustle and bustle. All kinds of times up on the board as the conversation continues.
We have timers here, for the first time at this 500 World Championship. And it's a hard job, I've been hearing. You have to really focus, pay attention, sit still.
One would think. The conversation is over. Mr. Johnson goes back to the far end for his first of 2 shots.
I think we heard him say, let's just go for it. That's what he's thinking. Why not? Just try
Might
it.
as well. You got to split something on. Got to somehow turn 1 yellow rock into 2 yellow rocks. The rock has been delivered. The sweepers are looking at it.
It's past that guard.
It's doing what they
and
wanted it to do. Bingo. Bango.
Bango. Wow.
And
Really nice.
we have yellow now sitting 1.
How can they get 4 here? If nothing changed
Well-
in this situation.
Pinoul.
Let's see what Pinoul says.
Ouais. Mais oui, je pense pas qu'il peut faire. Mais on va la faire pareil, là. Donne-moi un contrôle un petit peu. Non, de même.
Make one of
Okay,
these
okay.
two yellows.
Yeah.
We're done. We're shaking.
Okay.
Great game.
Good game, good game.
Okay, here it is.
They have decided to shake.
I think they're shaking their heads like, oh wait, I forgot.
They said,
So,
man,
we should've did
we're
this
not going to
yeah.
get rocks way up there to split on.
Yeah.
The conversation goes on, shakes, good game, and
It
it was a competitive game through the early ends,
Really
back and
great.
forth, different styles being played. At the end,
She's
I
waving.
would- oh, hang on, we'll get her. Oh, there we go. Maybe
right.
just a tad in.
She was waving at the camera.
Wave again. Wave again. Now we got you. There we go.
All righty.
There we go. Now we got her. All right.
For all her fans at home, yeah. Really good game. Pretty
So in the end, I
good
think
team.
Pinoul had just a little finer control over both weight and broom. and it was just by a hair, but
Oh,
each
great.
end it ended up piling into a victory for Pinoul.
Yeah. They really read the weight on the ice pretty well, both teams.
Really nice game.
Yeah.
Really nice game. Stay tuned.
Draw 2 is
Draw 2 on Saturday.
what time is draw 2?
That would be, don't know what time the next draw is. Check. What's that? 2 o'clock,
2 o'clock.
says the gallery from the back. So until 2 o'clock,
Have at it.
Aaron and I signing off. Good day.